By Friday morning, he was stable but succumbed to the hands of death. Details in our subsequent bulletin. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated Nigerians on the occasion of the New Year 2023. In a personally signed message, the president says the New Year provides an opportunity to reflect on the outgone year and reposition the new one. Being his valedictory New Year message, President Buhari notes that the 2023 general elections create a chance to choose new leaders who will propel the nation forward and consolidate democracy. The president restates his determination to bequeath a credible electoral process, which he says he will leave a legacy of successes in various sectors while surmounting challenges on the path to progress. Also expressing belief that the nation will remain one indivisible entity, uniquely blessed by God, and enjoining citizens to collaborate with government in stamping out those who want to bring down the nation. As the amended Electoral Act is in place to ensure credible polls, citizens must also resist attempts to destabilize the country, as the nation's security agencies are poised to nip this in the bud as they are doing at present. Every day, victories are being recorded against insurgents across Nigeria, with the return of IDPs to their ancestral homes and more than 82,000 insurgents renouncing terrorism and surrendering to the military. The fight against banditry, kidnapping and other crimes is showing very clear results, and a roadmap is in place based on building trust, legitimacy, accountability, oversight, technology, digital media, community policing and crime reduction. Now for more good news, as the 2023 budget of fiscal sustainability and transition of the federal government is to be signed into law by the president on Tuesday next week. Senate President Ahmed Lawan announced this while speaking to newsmen after an audience with the president. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan arrives the State House, Nigeria's seat of government, for an official engagement with President Muhammadu Buhari, perhaps for the last time in the year 2022. He is here to brief the president on the passage of the 2023 Appropriations Bill, 2022 Supplementary Budget and the Finance Bill 2022, amongst other issues of interest to the country and the governing APC. The Senate President described the high-level meeting held behind closed doors as very fruitful.
And fasting on Tuesday, the first official working day of the year, I believe that Mr. President will be signing the Appropriation Bill 2023. We are very pleased that we have been able to, in the last 4 years, ensure the passage of the appropriation bills in record time before every Christmas, and Mr. President had always signed before the end of the year. When the federal government passes and assents to the appropriation bill and the states do the same, the economy starts to receive injection of funds right from January of the following year. So we, without sounding immodest, in the 9th Assembly and working very harmoniously in a very cordial manner with executive arm of government, have been able to make this economy a little bit better. And we have assured Mr. President that between now and May 29th, when he would finish his tenure, his second tenure, that the legacy projects should be completed. Many of them are at the verge of being completed. Some have even been completed. The second Niger bridge, for example, something that defied all the previous administrations. This administration has succeeded in constructing that second Niger bridge, and of course, our people in the southeast, particularly and the south-south, are already have started utilizing that bridge. And there are so many.
President Buhari and his guests also discussed preparations for the forthcoming 2023 elections.
We have recommitted ourselves to ensuring that we give INEC whatever it needs for it to conduct a very free, transparent and credible 2023 general elections, and we are here at all times between now and June 11th, when our tenure will also expire as a legislature in the National Assembly. But before then, whatever INEC needs for 2023 to be a success, we will surely and certainly provide such support. We have no regrets whatsoever for working together to ensure that we support the executive arm of government in ensuring good governance, providing infrastructure across the country. And there is no part of this country today that does not have one project, one infrastructure development or the other. The federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, has done quite a lot, and I personally feel that it deserves all the support of Nigerians. Those of us in position of authority as members of the National Assembly, we continue to give the kind of support that is required, that is necessary for this administration to finish strong and finish very, very well.
Senator Lawan described as unfortunate that some people either criticize ignorantly or do not see anything good in what have been accomplished so far by the Buhari presidency for reasons best known to them. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
This is News Panorama. We'll now be joining our Sokoto Network Center, where Sadia is standing by.
2022 has been a decisive period in the life of the 9th National Assembly. The complexities of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and its eventual passage remains the high point of its 2022 legislative intervention. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko in this report takes us through the legislative activities in the Senate in 2022.
When the Senate reconvened for 2022, it has been a bill production chamber. The first major legislative intervention 2022 came on the 19th of January, when the Senate reconsidered and passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2020, which rescinded its earlier decision and now gave political parties right to decide its mode of primaries in what would be a historic reformation of Nigeria's electoral system. The House of Representatives had rejected consensus, but on the 25th of January 2022, both chambers harmonized and adopted direct, indirect, and consensus.
This is one of our major pillars and planks in our legislative agenda when we started in 2019.
The Supreme Court ruling that struck out the suit filed by the federal government challenging Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022, which banned political appointees from voting at the primaries of political parties, did not strain the existing legislative-executive relationship. On the 23rd of February, Senate received report of its committee on the fifth alteration to the 1999 Constitution. 1st of March 2022, it voted and passed 44 of the bills, which included local government financial and administrative autonomy, but rejected the 3 women emancipation bills, which resulted in the blockade of the National Assembly gate by some Nigerian women.
This democracy, there are clauses that I would have wished that they passed through, like that of the extra seat for women.
It's a great disappointment. We kind of saw it coming because we knew the men didn't quite believe in these bills.
Senate passed more than 10 bills in 2022, including anti-corruption, 2022 supplementary budget, the 2023 appropriation and bill 2022, parliamentary intervention in the economic sector on curbing revenue leakages, especially fuel theft. This prompted a meeting involving leadership of the Senate and heads of all paramilitary agencies on the 25th of January with heads of revenue-generating agencies and also engaged heads of security agencies.
There has never been an administration that invested so much resources in the security of this country like this present administration.
Senate Kayode Ariwola as Chief Justice of Nigeria, 7 ministerial nominees, chairman and board members of the Niger Delta Development Commission. 27th of July 2022, the day Senate embarked on its annual recess. Members of the opposition threatened to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari if the security situation in the country does not improve, but all that fizzled out before their resumption. On the 27th of July 2022, Senator Ibrahim Gobiru replaced Senator Yahya Abdullahi as the majority leader of the Senate, following Yahya's defection to the PDP, while Senator Enyinaya Baribe defected to ABGA. and Senator Philip Aduda took over as minority leader. 2 members left the Senate, Senators Abdullahi Adamu and Abubakar Kyari, who became the national chairman of APC and deputy national chairman North. With 6 months still left to wind up, the 9th Senate believes it has accomplished its legislative agenda. As of December 2022, Senate is made up of 63 APC senators, PDP 39, NNPP 3, ABGA 1, YPP 2, and Labour Party 1. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Aside its constitutional responsibilities of lawmaking and oversight, which saw the passage of landmark bills like the Electoral Act 2022, the 9th House of Representatives also made impact in key sectors for the well-being of citizens. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali in this report highlights some activities of the 9th House 2022.
The passage of the 2023 budget legislative exercise in the year 2022 from members of the House of Representatives. It is also the last annual budget to be considered and approved by the 9th House as its life cycle terminates in June 2023. The appropriation bill brings the number of bills processed by the House of Representatives to more than 2,100. Among which are the Constitution Amendment bills, the highest number recorded so far in Nigeria's democracy.
346 bills have been passed at third reading, meaning we have completed the work on everything, transmitted them to the President for assent.
House members also passed several resolutions. One of the recent compelled the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to review the cashless policy.
We will be requesting to find out what that official assignment is that will keep the CBN governor away for almost 2 weeks.
The issue of him coming was just to fulfill all righteousness.
No, sir. The issue of him coming is in compliance with the law.
Yeah, compliance with the law. But we had already passed a resolution asking him to suspend the implementation of that policy.
Give the man another chance to come, and when he comes, all these questions can be raised. I believe Nigerians will be convinced, and those of us who are here, foot soldiers of Nigerian people, will take the right decision on behalf of our people.
The 9th House of Representatives also placed its name on record as it was instrumental to the resumption of university lecturers to classrooms after months of industrial action. This was followed up with a national summit on education to come up with best options on the future of tertiary education in Nigeria.
The central public policy challenge is the conflict between the competing objectives of access and quality. How do we fund the quality tertiary education without imposing costs that make access to quality education impossible for most people?
At the continental level, the Speaker convened the first conference of speakers of African parliaments with an agenda to free the continent from the burden of debt, which experts agree slows down economic growth in Africa.
Unfair global economic system. Africa is rich but poor. We have everything, yet we have nothing.
The issue of debt relief is an important one, and it's central to the economic policies and practices of our African government.
And on a rather sad note, 2 House members died in 2022, bringing to 9 the number of 9th House members that died since inauguration. The Green Chamber now has 6 months to deliver on what remains of its legislative agenda as Nigeria moves into the election year. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Moment, don't go away.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Glad you're still there. Governor Bello Muhammad of Zamfara State has pardoned 46 inmates serving various jail terms at the Medium Custodial Center, Gusau. This followed a recommendation to that effect by Zamfara State Advisory Committee on Prerogative of Mercy. Details will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. Security operatives in Sokoto State have put in place robust security arrangements to ensure residents have peaceful New Year celebrations. Commissioner of Police Sokoto State Command Muhammad Hussein Gumel gave the assurance while speaking to newsmen. Dalhata Abdullahi has more.
New Year festivity is a period characterized with beehive of activities. Police Commissioner Muhammad Hussein Gumel said the command has placed 24-hour high visibility patrol around the state to ensure members of the public celebrate in peace. He said the command has made adequate and massive deployment of personnel and materials to ensure hate-free celebrations in the state.
We have been consulting each other with all the security agencies. Not only within us, we have even incorporated other key stakeholders.
The Commandant, Nigerian Security and the Civil Defense Corps, Sokoto State Command, Muhammad Salidada, said 900 personnel have been deployed. The NSCDC Commandant further said he has directed all area commanders and divisional officers to mobilize all operational and intelligence assets at their disposal for protection of all major highways, places of worship, and recreational facilities.
We have a quick response team that is on standby for any emergency anywhere at any time. We have deployed to virtually all the churches in Sokoto Metropolis and the local governments.
On its part, Federal Road Safety Corps Sokoto Sector Command has commenced special patrol to ensure free traffic movement during and after the period. In Sokoto, Dalhata Abdullahi, NTA News.
And now to our discussion segment. With me in the studio is Pastor Okechukwu Innocent Ide Nwani of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Sokoto State. Sir, you're welcome to our studio.
Welcome. God bless you.
So, sir, we are discussing New Year resolutions and impact. What are New Year resolutions?
Yes, New Year resolution is a strong will, determination made by an individual that helps his character and guides him to living a new life in the new year.
Okay.
It's equally considered as a statement of intent or vow made by an individual that guides one's attitude and manner in the new year.
Okay, so people make New Year resolutions annually. What are the impacts on the lives of those individuals?
Yeah, first and foremost, one needs to understand what is New Year resolution. Because New Year resolution, we consider it as what people decide that guides their life and way of living into the new year. So it has an impact, positive impact in the life of an individual that makes the decision. One, it helps the individual become the real person, the one that has made it want to be.
Okay.
It will help the person to be stabilized in character and in attitude. Number three, it disallows unnecessary engagement and it helps the person to live a life of check and balances.
Okay.
These are the importance and the impact it will have on the life of an individual.
Okay, so how about its impact on the larger society?
In the larger society, it helps to curb biases in the society. Like we are preparing that next year there will be election.
Yeah.
It helps to control election biases like thuggery and electoral offenses. And it will help also in leading to a peaceful transition into a new government that we are expecting by the new year.
So how can people ensure their resolutions become reality?
Yes, how to ensure that the resolution becomes reality. One, An individual has to be resolute in his resolution. The resolution he has taken has to be resolute and making sure that he guides against things that may defeat the purpose of that resolution. 2, the person has to share his goals with people of like minds and vision. Because when you share with people of like minds and vision, they will help guide you to be resolute in your determination. Then one has to prepare mentally for the changes that follow the resolution you have taken. 3, one has to write his goals down and make sure that the goals he has set is achieving them. 2, I have to point out that in making sure you achieve this, don't get discouraged when you discover there is a mistake in between. You have to encourage yourself. You have to get back to the track and adjust in the areas where you didn't do well and continue from where you stopped. By so doing, individuals will be very sure that their resolutions will be achieved in the new year.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on Panorama this afternoon.
God bless you.
All right.
Thank you.
Up next is sports with Olumide Oguntola.
We begin with table tennis. Louise Adegoke have emerged the new champion of the Molade Okoya Thomas Championship. He defeated former champion David Fayele 4 sets to 2 to claim the title. Bose Odusanya sets a new record after winning the women's singles title for the 8th time. She overpowered Anu Anjuwon for love.
I'm so excited. I'm good. Then next year, if I'm around, I'll play another one. Well, I'm going to win.
I see a future African champion in him. His tenacity and his determination is obvious to see.
In football, club sides in the Nigeria Professional Football League continue their preparations ahead of January 8th kickoff date of the new season. Strategies deployed in different departments of the game indicate that football-loving Nigerians are in for a good time. And from the English Premier League, matches will continue at various stadia this weekend as league leaders Arsenal will play away to Brighton and Hove Albion. Manchester City will host Everton, while Manchester United will be the guest of Wolverhampton Wanderers, among other matches. As key actors are expected to continue special tributes to late Brazilian football legend Pelé, who passed on Thursday at the age of 82 as part of match protocols. With sports update, Olumide Oguntola, NTA News.
That is it on this package of Panorama. Do remember to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. Be a star. Good afternoon.
And watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
I'm actually a passionate baker. I don't rest until everything is done. When I entered university, anytime I'm broke, I'll make cupcakes and go and sell to the other students. Decorating cake is an artistic thing, and art is, dynamic.
Join us on Baker's World every Thursday on the network service of the NTA. Baker's World, celebrating creativity. Don't miss it.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
It's all in the air and it's all in my heart. The feeling of anticipation. Let the songs and cheering out everywhere in celebration.
Some go there fried chin, some go there fried meat, some go there cook jollof. Me, I go shop potato with decorations everywhere, making it very grand.
Ghetto season, turn your frown upside down. It's the season and a reason to spread love and joy all around.
And a happy new year. And a happy new year. And a happy new year. And a happy new year.
Turn your frown upside down. It's the season and a reason to spread love and joy all around.
And a happy new year. And a happy new year. And a happy new year.
Compliments of the season, Happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at the NTA.
This is the network service of the NTA.